Hello, friends. I'm here with my friend Michelle, who has absolutely blown my mind online this last month. But I wanted you guys to get to know her a little bit. I wanted her to share her story with you and to talk a little bit about how she's been able to make money on TikTok. Just over 50. People say you can't teach an old dog new tricks and that, people get stuck in their ways. But I was just saying to her, we have a choice here. You can, decide that you're going to live out the rest of your life the way that it is going and just kind of be along for the ride. Or you can create it and you can decide where it's going to go right now. And so that's exactly what I've watched Michelle do. Hi, Ellen. Nice to see you. Glad you're on live. So Michelle, would you like to just take a second and tell people a little bit about yourself and who you are and where you're from?
Absolutely. So my name is Michelle Zunich. And by trade, I am an educational assistant and special ed assistant in the Brecksville School District, where I live, Brecksville, Ohio. And I've been doing that for 10 years. I have 2 teenage boys, one graduating in 3 weeks. I can't believe it. And we're a lacrosse family. And I got into network marketing about 6 years ago. It'll be 6 years in July. And
what made you decide to do that? Why did you have 2 teenage boys, right? So I think they were probably in their early teens then. What made you decide to get into network marketing when you already had a full-time job and you were already helping out at school and everything?
More money, more money to secure us, more time freedom, more things to do with the kids. Sports is very expensive.
Yeah.
Like lacrosse is I think football was $700 for both boys.
Well, even up here, I know kids that are playing hockey, and with all the equipment, they travel every weekend.
Yep.
Like it's not a surprise for parents to spend $5,000 or $6,000 on a season, and that's just like when that's not even rep hockey. That's not even like when you get into like being more competitive. That's just like basic hockey.
Right. Exactly.
How could you even afford that on top? Like I think of the cost of living. I think of, having a family. First of all, boys eat a lot in their teens, right?
Yes, they do. They eat a lot. My grocery bill is very high.
So you probably had to pick it up just for that reason. But one of the things that I've had the pleasure of working with you for, I think about a year now, or like maybe a little bit less than a year.
Yes.
And one of the things that I find very refreshing about you, Michelle, is that you're only as old as you feel. And you came in, without any preconceived notions. You came in and you're like, hey, I'm ready to build a business here. You guys are great. Tell me what to do. How can we do this together? And you asked great questions. You were open to helping the team. So I really admire how you showed up, because, it must be kind of like a scary thing to come into a new environment. When you've had a full career, when you've been a mom, like all of a sudden you're walking into a new online space where you've got to meet all these new people. So how have you found the last year or so with your business? Like what has been the most surprising thing and the biggest challenge? And then we'll talk about how you've branched out on TikTok this last 6 weeks and just crushed it over there.
I think getting into this team, I saw something really, really special with the company, with the team. And you guys are women that I've never even seen before. I mean, I've had some bad experiences with the network marketing company I was with. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I was just blown away by the kindness, the coaching, everything you guys do to support each other was something that I was all about.
That's so funny, because there are a lot of really great products out there. There are a lot of great companies, but unless you are connected and have support from a team, you will have a very difficult time building a business, right? Especially in something like this. And so one of the things that you mentioned that you noticed is that you weren't getting as much traction on Facebook anymore. For those of us that are watching, this video right now, I know that, I used to average 1,000 views per video or 500 views for videos. And now it's like way, 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 way down because of all these algorithms and all the competition, way more people online. And so, you were finding that it was a little bit frustrating on Facebook, and that's part of the reason that you decided to work on TikTok.
Right. And you know what? I am a mom. I'm busy. Like I have lacrosse games twice a week. We have, I have a family, I have a husband, I have 2 dogs, I have 2 boys, and we're constantly on the go. And I go to work, right? And I'm with kids all day long. Right, exactly. And I was spending too much time on Facebook trying to attract new leads, right? We're adding people daily, we're nurturing them, and it's just like, you know what, I need to make a sale. I need to get people on my team. And I just thought it was so stagnant. Like, I'm not getting any views on my posts. I'm not getting people reaching out to me. I needed to find a way to find a different, like I had to pivot, right? I had to figure it out. And I was having a couple of bad months, and I really had to take that challenge and step onto a different platform and just do it.
And have fun doing it, right?
It's fun.
It is a lot of fun. TikTok is a lot of fun. I remember like when I first got on there, I was like, oh my gosh, this makes my job fun again. And by the way, you know, you just said you weren't having people join your team. You weren't getting any customers or making any sales. Mm-hmm. You know, we do business a lot differently than we used to. You know, we used to put up a post and say, BOGO sale, buy my stuff. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. And so what is happening over the past years is value-driven sales. And what that means is that we recognize that not every single person is out there wanting to buy our stuff, and that by asking if they want to buy it, it can put them in an awkward position. So what we choose to do is something called attraction marketing, curiosity marketing, engagement marketing. How can we get to know these people and then be open to taking a look at our product or service, be open to taking a look at the products that we use, or be open to starting a business? Because we all know that people have been completely displaced this last year, and there's a lot of people that are looking to make a few $100s extra every single month. And if they can do it from their phone, then why not, right? Especially like with you working full time, you've got lacrosse games. You've got all of these, you know, all these things, a partner that you want to stay connected to, right? And stay married to and nurture your marriage. Like, there are so many things that are going on. How can you, you know, do this holistically? So tell me a little bit about why you decided, by the way, like you totally blew up your business this month, and you've only been really working on TikTok for 6 weeks. So what was it that you decided, you know, I think you did a training on TikTok. What was the thing that kind of changed how you did business over there and made you realize, hey, like, this is actually a lot of fun. I can find people that are interested, that want what I have, and just show up in a way that is a lot more lighthearted and in a very short amount of time, right? 15 to 60 seconds, that's it.
So I'm not going to lie. My son's girlfriend showed me how to do this.
It's so handy.
She sat down like, listen, Brianna, you're going to show me how to do this like now. And I think I started TikTok a year ago. And I'll be honest with you, like, I'm not doing this. I can't figure it out. I can't figure out the editing. I was getting frustrated. But then I seen so many people online having success. I just got laser focused and said, hey, listen, I have to do this. I have to learn how to do this. And I started out doing a duet. And I did a duet with my dogs because I wasn't doing a duet with me. So Diesel got the starring role that day. And I started out with not doing the products, but actually doing like my dogs or inspirational posts. And then I threw in my products, like your branding buckets, right, that you talked about.
Right.
And I tried to spread that out throughout my TikTok videos. I mean, I set up automation for it because I used the Milkshake app. I used Project Broadcast. And I have to tell you that day I was like getting all those sales. I think my video hit like 80,000 views. And my husband and I were in Kohl's, and I kept getting like new customers. I'm like, what is going on? It was so funny, but that's what I want, right? Like, I don't even know these people, but I sent them a nurturing email. I'm going to write thank you cards. But yeah, it was crazy.
See, and that's what I love the most, right? Is that when people purchase products from us, it's not just purchasing from an online site, right? Like, that's not where it ends. It actually is where it begins, because we want to make sure that you get the results that we did. We want to make sure that you're using the product correctly, or that it was actually shipped to you on time and there was no hiccups in the delivery. Like, we actually care about our customers because we know the difference that the products are going to make in their lives, in their households. And it's something that we use, right? Like, I would never expect anybody to take anything from me that I wouldn't be using personally in my house or in my home or in my body. right?
Right.
And so it's a really lovely way of sharing. And I think that that's really amazing because you've been able to connect with many other like-minded women that way through your inspirational posts for people that are dog moms. I'm telling you, like sometimes I think that people that have dogs they have an easier time connecting than people that have kids because there's such a culture around being a dog mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I love that you didn't let, technology, because so many people at your age, and by the way, 50 is young. I don't mean 50 is old, like you're not that much older than I am.
Right.
But so many people at your age would count themselves out and say, I don't know how to do this, or I don't know if I want to step outside of my comfort zone and do that, or, whatever. But one of the things that we were talking about is that when people turn 65, 92% of people are broke. 92%. And I really appreciate that you were like, I don't want to go down this path. I don't want to be that statistic. I'm going to work and figure out a way for my family that I'm not going to live like that and be able to spend more time enjoying time with your family. And that's something that I really admire about you, Michelle, and that
Thank you.
Well, it's really impressive. So what are a couple of helpful tips that you can give people if they're working on TikTok?
So the first tip I think that people don't realize is that you don't have to come up with new content every day. So if you don't want to create a video that day, you can take a video and repurpose it after 72 hours. Just download it off that Save TikTok app, download it, use a different caption, and use different hashtags, because that's going to show your video to a whole slew of different people.
Wow. So just reuse the video and do it a different
video.
Reuse it.
And I've done that on the weekends because I was like, oh, I'm not doing this today. I'm just going to reuse it. And I try to look for one that maybe got a lot of views, or you can use one that didn't get a lot of views and just play around with it, right? I'm experimenting. So I'm learning just like everybody else with different things on this platform. And that was like that was something I learned that I really took advantage of. And, and another thing is, like I said, break it up, the brand buckets. Like, don't always constantly post about the products. Break it up. Do your kids, do your family, do something inspirational, do a duet. You should do a duet once a week.
Do a duet with like a big one, like one that has 1 million views on it, or something that has like a lot of views. If you do a duet with them, you can actually engage your viewers into that, right? And get more followers that way as well.
Right. Exactly. And then like another tip that I've been using is just, being myself, right? Just getting on there and being who I am. So,
well, that's the whole point, is that people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And so if you're showing them your dogs, you're showing them your family, you're showing them your life, you're not just trying to pitch them products. The other thing that I've seen that has worked very, very well is if you're getting comments on videos, respond with a video. If it's a good question, respond to that video with your answer to that question in video. And a lot of the times people will go through and watch your videos. The other things that you can do, like watch multiple videos, I guess I should say. The other thing that you can do is when you post, make sure that you have like a little title caption when you post the picture, so that on your news feed, when people go to your page, they can scan to see which videos they want to watch. Because not many people have the sound on, right? Like, I mean, TikTok is a little bit different. People, when they're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, they don't usually have the sound on. So using captions can be really helpful. The captions app, and you just do the video, Yeah,
if you're like me and you're scrolling at work or when you shouldn't be.
That's right. You either have a headphone in or
but yeah, and like those title covers, that shows like it's engagement, right? It's colorful, and that people are wanting to check it out when you put a title on top of that. So I think those are really great.
Yeah, absolutely. My main mission was to help you share the success that you've had, because it's very rare that I see people that are super coachable and hungry and open to learning. And I think that more of us need to be that way. Society is changing so quickly. Jobs are changing. Like how much has your job changed over the last year with what's going on in the world?
When is June 2nd, when I'm out for the summer? I'm going to tell you, this whole year with COVID, I've had to try to keep 300 kids per period. So that's 40 minutes, 6 feet apart. Keep your mask on. And It's been stressful. I'm over it, and we need to start fresh next year. It's been very hard. I was actually sick in November, and I was out for a month from work. Like, I couldn't believe it when I read my doctor's note. And of course, I probably caught it from work, because I'm with the high school kids all day long. But my job has changed quite a bit. There just seems to be more, like, I do contact tracing.
Yeah, there's just more stuff that isn't learning. That is your job.
Well, I don't even know.
Or teaching, right? Like, there's just your job description has changed a lot. And you're not the only one, by the way. Like, I know a lot of teachers have been extremely stressed out this year. A lot of servers, like a lot of the restaurants in our area have closed down. So they have no influx, and their main income is tips. So they have absolutely no income. And then not only that, but like all of the extra cleaning procedures and this and that. And it's changed everything so dramatically. So I actually find it really refreshing to be working online. I think about all my friends that are in the hair industry that have salons or have left the salon because it's been so stressful, who have lost money because they can't do wraparound appointments anymore. And I just think, wow, like, when we have an opportunity to be part of something that is growing, right? Like, I know it sounds so crazy to be making money on TikTok or making money on Facebook or on social media, but the truth is that opportunity is out there for anyone that is looking to change things, or anyone that's looking to make some extra money, because most people are $500 away from losing their homes. If they don't make that mortgage payment because they're sick for a month and can't go to work, they don't make that mortgage payment because they got their hours cut, right? Like, it's a big deal to not have that there. And so I really appreciate that you've shown up, that you've been coachable, that you're willing to try anything and do anything new. And you've had a ton of success with it. You're finding your tribe, you're finding your group. And that's what it's all about, right? You don't have to be anybody else. You just have to be yourself.
Exactly. And like I said, I had to stay laser focused. Last March, my husband lost his job, and it never got called back. And so I kept telling myself, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way to do this. And I'm so glad I found you girls, because there is a better way.
Michelle, well, thank you so much for being here. I just want to congratulate you on your massive success this last month, for stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing something different and using your resources. You used your son's girlfriend as a resource, which is crazy.
I wish you guys aren't going anywhere to teach me how to do these edits.
Which is great. Hey, we got to use what we got, right? And I just feel really blessed to be able to work with a bunch of women who are willing to share their secrets, right? I used to work at a company where you only learned from your upline and you couldn't learn from anybody else, and nobody else was doing, sharing what their success tips were. And here we all rise faster together because we're all sharing what works and what doesn't. So Michelle, thank you so much for being here today and to share your success and share your story with us. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll see you soon. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.